welcome back to We're Having Fun. Hi, I'm Mark and I'm having fun.
Oh, okay. Hi, I'm Krista and I guess I'm having fun too.
Yay! We're having so much fun today. It's a great day. Everything's perfect.
Yup.
How's it going?
It's going all right.
Great. Anything in the news we need to talk about?
Morbius is out. We won't be covering it unless it's like you go see it and tell us a little about it. But
I'm trying to decide. I can't decide. Apparently it's really bad.
It's definitely not going to be like a full-length episode about it. We might have like a mention of it if either of us sees it. Yeah. And I say either of us, even though I know that I'm not going to see it. It's going to be Mark if one of us sees it. I have no interest in it whatsoever.
Part of me wants to just see it, see how bad it is. Mm-hmm. But also don't want to support Sony because they're so bad at making movies. So, yeah. We'll see. But it's out there.
Yeah. Also, I'm just not a big Jared Leto fan. I'm like...
Yeah, he's gotten kind of weird.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not just kind of weird.
He's pretty weird.
I mean, when he was
the Joker thing, yeah.
And he started, like, harassing his coworkers and stuff. That's just...
It's bad.
I don't like that.
Yeah,
he's like, oh, look, I'm being weird and wacky like the Joker, just like Heath Ledger did. It's like, no, sir.
No,
this is not the same.
Not at
this
all.
is not good. What you're doing, you gotta stop.
Yeah.
So, anyway, I'm not interested in it.
But hopefully something better in the superhero realm. We watched Moon Knight.
Yes!
First episode came out this week.
Mm-hmm.
I was able to avoid spoilers coming into it.
I was too.
Marvel was promoting it like crazy, which, understand.
Yeah, I watch some people on YouTube who do like reaction videos, and there's this one girl who reacts to like Marvel and Star Wars stuff, and I saw that she had already reacted to the first episode. I'm like, no! Stop it! Wait till more people have had time to see it. But she did that with something else. Oh, I think she did it with Boba Fett, Book of Boba Fett. Because I was like, okay, cool. Well, I see the Mandalorian in the thumbnail, so thanks for that. But, whatever.
Yeah, that's pretty annoying.
So,
what can you do? And
it's not like I can just not see the thumbnail.
Yeah.
And I'm not going to sit there and just not watch YouTube for 3 days.
Yeah.
Because I watch a lot of YouTube, and if I did that, it would just build up like crazy. So, I can't do that.
Yeah.
But she didn't like spoil anything, so.
That's good.
That's nice.
I've been reading a lot of Moon Knight this week to prepare. So I probably read like 20 or 30 comics.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, a few storylines. I like him. I haven't read a whole lot of his stuff before. My friend Justin was really into him, but he's an interesting guy with the whole multiple personalities stuff. And
so does he have multiple personalities in the comic books?
Yes.
Okay.
He has 3 and
Okay.
4 if you count Khonshu, who's the god. Mm-hmm. But he's got Mark Spector, who's the Moon Knight guy. He's got Stephen something.
Is it the same guy from this?
Yeah.
Stephen Grant?
Well, technically, yeah.
Okay.
Stephen Grant, probably. That sounds right. Mm-hmm. In the comics, he's a rich playboy, a billionaire.
Oh, okay.
He takes the money they get and makes a lot of money with it.
Okay.
And then there's the cabbie, Jake something. I can't remember his last name either. But he's the seedy guy, gets in there with the bad, the underbelly of the city and finds out everything and maybe causes a little more trouble than he should.
Okay.
And they're always fighting. It started out that he would just do these different personalities, not personalities, but characters kind of to go undercover kind of. And then it kind of just morphed into he had multiple personalities or dissociative identity disorder.
Identity disorder, yeah, DID.
Yeah. So, yeah, you never really know what if what you're reading's real with him or what. So
they take that to a new level in the show where you never know if what is happening to him is real or not.
Yeah, how much time has passed. Yeah, all that kind of stuff.
I liked it though. Yeah. It was really interesting.
Yeah,
and it's definitely one of these. They said that it was going to be darker, and you can tell it was going to be darker.
Yeah,
because there were some. It's kind of scary. There's scary kind of looking
weird stuff.
Parts.
Yeah, Conchu be looking real weird.
Yeah, and also it's violent.
Yeah, it's pretty
violent, which you don't see a lot of it because it happens when he's like
when he goes
dissociating.
To the personality, yeah.
But or at least in the first episode you didn't really see, but you see like the results of it after, and it's like, oh, there are just dead bodies all around. Okay.
Yeah. Probably should have known something was up when the first scene is Ethan Hawke's character breaking glass and putting it in his sandals and just walking off on it. Like, bro, why? What's wrong with you?
Yeah, maybe we'll figure that out. I don't know.
Yeah, we'll see. Yeah, it focuses on the Steven personality, which he's British. And
he said he tried to make it where his British accent wasn't quite right.
Oh, yeah.
So it would kind of clue you in on this isn't really who he is kind of thing.
Is Oscar Isaac, is he... Where?
He's American.
He's American? Okay. Mm-hmm. I didn't know for sure.
Pretty sure. I mean, I can check.
I have no idea.
But yeah, I'm pretty sure he's American.
Yeah.
Yep, he's American. He was... Well, technically he was born in Guatemala, but he...
Oh, okay.
I guess he moved to America, like, right after or whatever. Right after he was born.
Yeah.
So, he grew up in America.
There you go. And in this, he's working in a museum. He works in the gift shop, apparently.
Yeah.
He wants to be a tour guide, though.
Yeah.
Because he knows a lot about Egyptian artifacts, and he should.
Yeah, and so he'll, like, if he sees somebody looking at some of the Egyptian stuff, he'll just start telling them about it.
Yeah.
His boss is like, stop it. This is not what your job is. Go back to the gift shop.
You're doing inventory. Yeah, he's always late. And you kind of start catching on something's not right. His coworker's like, oh, we got a date. Go to the steakhouse. He's like, what?
Yeah,
Are you asking me out?
Yeah, and it's like, he doesn't remember?
Yeah.
Okay.
So somebody
something
did
is going
something.
on. Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yeah, but he works at the museum. He doesn't get a lot of sleep because it shows him, like, when he's on his way, he's, like, on the bus and he, like, falls asleep on some guy. Uh-huh. Because he's always, like, it seems like he always has coffee with him to try to keep himself awake. And he does this, he has like tape on his door. So I guess to know if anybody has come in or if he's gone out. Or if he opens
the door, yeah.
Yeah. And
sand around the bed.
Yeah, and it's
for footsteps, I guess.
I guess so. And then he has a goldfish.
He does.
That he says only is like missing a fin.
Or no, it had a fin, now it has... Or he was missing a fin.
Yeah.
Then he gets another fin.
But then, like, when he looks at it, he's like, wait, their fins can't grow back, can they? Because this one has all of its fins.
What the fish?
What is going on here? And then he, like, takes it to the pet shop.
Yeah.
And he's like, is that something they can do? Because I swear this one was missing a fin. And she's like, what are you talking about? You were in here yesterday. And he's like, doesn't remember that.
Yeah.
So, there's a lot of, like, missing time.
Yeah. He misses that date by, like, 3 days.
Yeah, because they were supposed to go out on Friday, and he goes thinking it's Friday.
Yep.
And he's, like, sitting there waiting for her.
Yeah.
And she doesn't show up, so he calls her, and she's like,
pissed.
I had my steak dinner on Friday.
Yeah.
Today is Sunday.
Yeah.
So she is not happy. He is not getting another date. Yeah. And he also keeps calling his mom and like leaving messages.
Yeah. And we're like, is she going to be around?
Yeah. I don't know. It's like, obviously he thinks he has a mom, but I don't think he does.
Later gators.
So, yeah. I'm just kind of like jumping all around.
Yeah, that's fine. So, yeah.
I mean, that's how the show does, too.
It does. It's all over the place. Because one night what's his little thing where he's doing the meditation or whatever?
But it's not really a meditation. It's a trying to stay awake kind of thing. Because usually you do like a sleep app where you listen to something and it makes you fall asleep. But he's trying to stay awake.
So he doesn't go into the other personalities?
I guess so. And Weird. It's like talking about doing puzzles and doing all this other stuff to try to keep yourself awake.
Book, yeah.
Mm-hmm. And so you see him doing puzzles. You see him like reading about Egyptian stuff.
Uh-huh.
And he does fall asleep though.
Yeah.
And he wakes up and he's like in the middle of a field.
Yeah.
And his jaw is like broken. It looks like
he was in bad shape.
Oh my gosh, it hurts so bad.
Oh man, when he popped it back in, like
yikes.
And he's got a scarab in his pocket.
Mm-hmm. And then there are bad guys after him.
Yeah, he looks up at this, like, there's like a castle kind of thing behind him.
And he looks up into the window and he's like, hi!
And the window's broken, so he must have jumped out of it or fallen out of it or been thrown out of it.
I don't know, but he's like, hi! Because there's somebody like looking out the window and he like waves at him. He's like, oh, how's it going?
They wave back.
And then they have their guns and he's like, oh.
Oh no.
And then more people with guns show up and he just starts running and it's like this town in like the middle of the Alps or something.
Yeah.
And everybody is kind of like going to the main square. So he goes to check and see what's going on. And then you have Ethan Hawke's character, who is named Arthur Harrow.
Yeah.
I don't know anything about him.
Apparently he's been in the comics, but I don't really know him.
Okay.
I don't know. He's some kind of like...
He's like a cult leader.
Really smart dude, yeah.
And it's like the cult of some... Ammit, whatever. It's like an Egyptian goddess who works like the scales of justice.
Okay.
Something like that, and can tell you if you've been good or bad.
Yeah. It's the Santa Claus of Egypt.
Yeah, I guess so. Have you been naughty or nice? And he has scales, like a tattoo on his arm, and somebody comes up and he shows them what the scales say, and it's like, you're a good man.
He's got like a cane that like does a pendulum, swings back and forth, and you didn't notice the cane?
I didn't notice a pendulum. I saw the cane.
Well, it like when they're it's like on his arms, and it goes back and forth underneath them.
Oh, I didn't notice that. I just noticed the scales on his arm.
Yeah, that also
go up and down to like show if you're balanced or if you're good or bad. And then there was one lady who went up there and he's like, are you sure? She's like, yeah, I've been good,
Yeah.
Ooh, no. Obviously not. And like basically turns her into like a mummy kind of thing.
Yeah, she just did. I guess after that they see, he like notices him or something.
He sees him in the crowd. He knows that somebody is there. He knows that he's there, I guess, but doesn't know who it is.
Yeah.
And so he says something and everybody starts bowing.
Everybody bows
except for him. And he's like, oh, hold on. He starts bowing down. They're like, okay, obviously you don't know what's going on here.
Yeah.
You're not a part of our cult. So he goes up to him and he's like, give me the scarab. And he keeps hearing a voice that's telling him, no, don't give him the scarab. And it's like this deep voice. It's F. Murray Abraham. I did see that.
Who was that?
He was Scaligeri. I think that's the name of the character in Amadeus. So, he's like the bad guy. He's like Amadeus is Mozart's.
I never saw it.
They're kind of like frenemies, and it's kind of implied, and nobody knows for sure if he poisoned Mozart or not, but possible. So yeah, he's kind of like the antagonist, but that's pretty much all I know him from. But anyway, he's like, okay, I'll give you the scarab, and he tries to give it to him, and every time he tries to like.
His body does not cooperate.
Exactly, it does not want to cooperate. So he's like, dude, just give me the scarab. And he's like, I'm trying.
I want to.
His arms are going all over the place. And then finally, he's like, okay, just run. Yeah. So he jumps into a cupcake van.
Well, yeah. First, he like kills those people. Basically, beats them all up. Yeah. He goes into like a trance or whatever. I don't know what it is. Eyes roll back in the head. Mm-hmm. And then he wakes up and his fist is all bloody. Everybody's down on the ground. Yep.
People are running away from the city center, just like trying to get away from him. Mm-hmm. And he jumps into a cupcake van and takes off. With bad guys coming after him.
Yeah.
And he's on like this winding road down a mountain.
Road, yeah.
And he keeps like through the whole the whole trip down, he keeps going in and out of consciousness, basically. And he'll wake up and he's like, oh my gosh. And then one time he wakes up, the van is like backwards.
Yeah, he's driving in reverse. It's crazy. Yeah. It was very exciting section there.
And then he finally manages to, he thinks he's gotten away, but I feel like he gets kind of trapped. And there are more people, and then he wakes back up in his bed. Is that what happens?
Yeah, I think so. Sounds right.
Yeah. So he's like, I don't know what just happened, but that was crazy.
he maybe thought it was a dream.
I guess so. But yeah, because he was like, he thought it was a dream, I think. Yeah. Because later he does see Ethan Hawke on a bus, and he's like, oh, he's real. Yeah. It was real. So he realizes it, and he tries to go to work, and he's trying to hide from the bad guys, basically. Mm-hmm. And Ethan Hawke shows up there too.
Yeah. Well, before then he had after he woke up, he kind of found the goldfish and all that, and then he noticed then he did the date.
Yeah, because we're out of order.
Yeah, came back with some chocolates, dropped them on the ground, and he noticed there's scuff marks on his floor, and he's like, that's weird. And he moves the table over the scuff marks, and then sees a little thing in his wall that's loose, so he climbs up there. And he finds a phone in there and a badge thing or something.
Maybe. I just remember the phone.
But. Yeah. And the phone has two things, and it's Layla, who I don't know who Layla is. And then Duchamp is the other one. Okay. And there's a character named Frenchie in the comics. It's Jean-Paul Duchamp or something like that. Okay. Jean-Pierre, maybe. And he's his right-hand man. He's his pilot. Okay. And he's kind of like a father figure to Mark. So, yeah. And they were mercenaries together. Mm-hmm. Because the story of Moon Knight is that he was a mercenary and they were in some African country or something. I guess they were in Egypt.
It would make sense.
That makes sense. And he was with this guy who, I don't know if this character's racist now or not, but his name is Bushmaster. And he was betrayed by him and killed. And he crawled to almost killed, I guess, if he's crawling. And he crawled to Khonshu's temple and prayed to Khonshu to help him. And that's how Khonshu came into him. Okay. Or at least he thinks Khonshu came into him. And so, yeah, that's how he became Moon Knight. He's the fist of vengeance for Khonshu. Okay. And
but while he's sorry, you're done.
He also cut off Bushmaster's face at one point.
Oh.
Anywho.
Face off. Cool.
Yeah.
But Layla, while he's looking at the phone, she calls. Yes. And he answers it. Mm-hmm. And starts talking to her, and she's like, why are you doing that fake accent?
This is British accent.
What is this accent about? Yep. And he's like, well, I don't know what you're talking about. So she's kind of annoyed at him.
Yeah. She is not happy. Mm-mm. But why? We don't know.
Nope.
So yeah, then we get to the Ethan Hawke showing up at his work.
Mm-hmm. And he's still trying to get that scarab. And also he takes his hands and is going to judge him or whatever. Yeah. And it's it keeps going up and down. Yeah. It can't decide, and he's like, you're full of chaos or something. There's chaos inside of you. Mm-hmm. And then he says something about the Avatar. You're the Avatar Khonshu. And he's like, Avatar, like that movie about the blue people? He's like, no. And he's like, oh, the anime?
Yeah, that was great.
That's I did not take very many notes, but one of the notes I have is just Avatar, because it made me laugh.
That was good. I like that. And yeah, he ends up, a dog, one of the, there's a dog creature or something that hunts him down. That might have been later when he was doing inventory.
Yeah, it was later.
Leaves him.
Yeah.
And yeah, then there's this Egyptian dog looking thing tries to attack him, but
he runs into a bathroom.
Yeah. Oh, that's right.
And while he's in there, he sees, I guess it's Mark in the mirror talking to him.
He's like, I'll save us.
Mm-hmm. You just have to let me take control.
Yeah.
And it's shown him looking in mirrors, and it's been all kind of weird before, throughout the thing. At one point, he's in an elevator in his apartment building. Yeah. And he the doors open and he sees Khonshu, I guess, coming down the hallway, and it's real creepy. And then suddenly it's an old lady that's like getting into the elevator.
Even creepier.
and she's not comfortable with him in there because he's like kind of like crouched against the back of the elevator and everything.
Yeah.
And she's like, okay. He's like, I just lost a contact. She's like, okay, I hope you find it. And she gets off on like the next floor basically. And he's like, you're getting off on the 5th floor? She's like, yeah, my friend's like right here. And just starts knocking on the door. Like, oh my God, get this crazy person away from me.
Yep.
But yeah, so and there are like mirrors like all in that elevator, which was weird. But yeah, he looks into the mirror and he sees Mark, and Mark's like, let me just take over. And so he's like, okay, fine. So he turns into Moon Knight.
Yeah.
Destroys that dog thing.
Yeah, they do a different thing where his suit just kind of appears on him, which is not something I've seen before. So that was interesting. I kind of like it, I guess. So.
And that's pretty much where it ends, because he
beats the crap out of that dog.
And then he just kind of looks at the camera and it's like, okay, here we go.
Here we go. I really liked Oscar Isaac in there.
I did too.
I think he's going to be really good.
I think so too. I like him anyway, and I'm glad that he has his own like big thing.
Yeah.
Because, like, okay, he was in the new Star Wars movies, and I don't think his character had very much development.
No.
I did too. I really liked him. I was like, I want his character to have more to do. Yeah. And to be more, I felt like he wasn't really a central character. Yeah. And I wanted that because I like Oscar Isaac. And now I'm like, yes, here we go. This is what I've been waiting for. And apparently he did a lot of research for the role. Nice. And he also, like, I think they kind of gave him free reign with how the other identities would be. Yeah. So he was like, okay, I'm giving this one a British accent. And so he has, like, different things for each one of them to, differentiate them. So that you know who's who when he's playing each one of them. So... yeah. I'm really excited about that. I'm really excited to see what he's going to do.
I want to see what Jake's like. That should be interesting. Maybe he'll have a New York accent. That was my New York.
That was so bad. I mean, not that I can do any better. But I mean, come on. Anyway. So yeah, I'm excited to see where it goes. It was really interesting.
Yeah, it was...
It's different.
It's fast and exciting and a lot of stuff going on. You don't know what's going on, and it's intriguing.
It's kind of like a little mystery.
I like it.
Me too.
I think they're doing good things. So we'll see. See if they can keep it up. Yep. Don't Boba Fett it.
Oh my gosh. I was going to say, they have been known to just drop the ball. Yep. But...
not today.
Hopefully not with this one. Hopefully it'll be...
And then, after that, we watched Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them Too. Yes. The Crimes of Grindelwald.
Yeah, The Crimes of Grindelwald. Even though they've been calling him Grindelwald in the movies. And I'm pretty sure some people call him Grindelwald maybe not in this movie, but definitely in the trailer for the 3rd movie.
Oh, yeah?
So they just can't keep on track with how they want to call him. Yeah. But supposedly it's Grindelwald. Okay. But whatever. If you call him Grindelwald, I'm not going to be mad about it.
Thank you.
I don't care. You can call him Grindy, which might be what I call him. Yeah, exactly.
Grinny. Yeah, this was a movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So...
yeah. Newt's back.
We got the gang back together.
Gang's here.
Kind of not actually together.
Yeah. Tumultuous group.
Yeah, because there's no point in the movie where there's one point in the movie where they're all in the same place, but they're not together as a group.
Oh, yeah.
And it's at the very end, and then they go their separate ways. Some of them do anyway. So yeah. Yeah, it's something.
Well, let's talk about it.
All right. So
all the joy it brought us.
So this one takes place in 1927.
Yeah.
So that's like the year after the first one took place.
Okay.
It doesn't specify exactly how long it's been since the first movie, but it's got to be pretty long because Grindelwald. Let's see, I did it. I already messed it up.
Oh, could you?
Grindelwald has longer hair in the beginning, so he's let his hair grow out while he's been in prison.
Yeah.
Imprisoned at the American Ministry of Magic.
I was like, wait, what? What? Aren't they another name?
I'm like, yeah, it's Makuza.
Yeah.
Which is what they called it several times during the first movie. Yeah. And then, of course, they're like, American Ministry of Magic. Yeah. It's like, that's not what it's called.
And the French one is the French Ministry of Magic.
It's like, okay. Man. They do call it something else. Like, they call it whatever it is in French, but it's like a throwaway line kind of thing.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
That's dumb.
From the very first, scene of the movie, I'm like,
no.
Why? So anyway, he's, at the top of the building, and he's in, a little prison cell or whatever. Oh, yeah. I guess he's in the top. Maybe he's not in the top. Because they take him upstairs. So he must not be in the top. Maybe he's below. I don't know.
Yeah, they do that stupid hovering subdue thing that looks so dumb.
But yeah, they do the hover thing, and he has T-Rex arms while they're...
Yeah, and they're behind him.
Yeah, well, there were people in front of him and behind him, and...
Well, his arms were behind him.
Yeah, his arms. Yeah, but they're kind of a weird... I don't know.
They're weird angles. It's so...
I don't know.
It was dumb.
Also, okay, so it shows him in his cage, is what I want to call it, but in his prison cell.
Yeah.
And supposedly they have cut his tongue out.
Yeah.
And he has this little lizard pet thing that was not in the first movie. Yeah. Why is it there? I don't know.
Why would they allow it to be with him?
And it's muzzled.
Yeah.
But there's a fly in there that he kills somehow, and then or somebody kills.
Well, there's a force field around him, and it runs into it. But then the lizard can just walk through this force field,
and the lizard can also stick its tongue out and grab the piece of the dead fly.
The wing fly.
It's what's the point of having the muzzle on it if it can still get its tongue out there?
Yeah, and the wing doesn't set off the shield either. It's so stupid.
There are so many times in this movie that I'm just like, why? What was the point of this?
Yes.
But I still do not know the point of the lizard. I don't even know what it was.
It was so unnecessary.
Somebody said it was like a chupacabra. I don't know if that's what it was supposed to be.
That's not what I think of when I think of chupacabras.
Exactly. But yeah, some kind of little lizard thing. It's got a muzzle, but it can still get its tongue out.
Yeah.
It's like, well, what's the point?
Yeah.
It's not like the lizard's going to talk.
Yeah. It's so dumb.
Why is it muzzled? It can't. There's nobody else in there.
I don't know.
Are they just not wanting to bite him or something?
I don't know.
And it acts like it's his pet.
Yeah.
But then later, he snuggles with it for a second, and then just throws it out of the carriage into the water.
Yeah, it does so little.
I don't know. Okay.
It's so dumb.
I'm getting angry already, and it's just the beginning. Here we go. Okay, so they removed his tongue.
Yeah.
And there's...
because he's very manipulative or whatever.
He has a silver tongue, so they got rid of it so that he can't manipulate people. Although, obviously, he has manipulated somebody.
What are you talking about?
He manipulated Abernathy, who's the guy from... He was in the first movie. The guy? He was in the first movie because he was the one that Queenie talked to, and she was like, I'm sick. I don't know if you remember.
Yeah.
But he was like, okay, you can go on home or whatever. Yeah. That was him. Because he's Queenie's boss or whatever.
Maybe he manipulated him before he turned into Grindelwald. Yeah.
It must have been. I don't know.
We didn't see any of that.
Nope.
We don't know.
Nope.
It's just this happens, whatever.
Okay, so anyway. So Abernathy's on his side, but you don't know it at the very beginning. And
even though you do, because he just looks in there and is just like,
yeah. With solidarity.
Obviously, yeah.
Anyway, they decide they're going to transport him because they've got to transport him back to the UK.
Yeah.
So they put him in this carriage with thestrals that are hooked up to it to fly it away. And there are a bunch of R's or whatever that are on brooms that are going to be flying alongside.
They do nothing.
There are some guys inside. There's this one main guy inside who I don't know his name. I don't know what he does. He's just some old guy.
He's just some British dude. There's two people. There's R's with like their wands pointed right at him, who they don't do anything.
They don't do anything.
They're a waste.
And he's, I think Pickery, or maybe it's Abernathy. I can't remember who it is. One of them's like, here, we found his wand. His wand was on him, and they give it to him like in a box or whatever. And he's like, okay. So he gets into the carriage with him.
Yeah.
They fly off, and I'm immediately like, I don't care if it's a thunderstorm. People are going to see a flying carriage.
Seriously, yeah.
You're trying to do the statute of secrecy thing, and there's just a flying carriage and people on broomsticks right next to it.
Especially like,
nobody's going to see it.
Didn't they go crashing through a window to get out? Or was that not? Or did they just go out? Did they have
I think
a
they
door?
just have a way out of there, out of the building.
Okay, but they go down the building and because people are going to see this.
Somebody's going to see this.
So dumb.
And the whole thing at the end of the last movie was, don't let muggles see. Excuse me, no mages. Don't let the no mages see. They can't see. We've got to make them forget everything. Yeah. Which I have problems with that too. Oh boy. Okay. Anyway, so they're flying along, and Abernathy somehow is on the bottom of the carriage.
Yeah, he jumps out after him and just grabs onto the bottom somehow.
Or flies out there or something. I don't know.
Flying.
He's on the bottom of the carriage.
He just has whatever power he needs to have to do whatever. It's so stupid.
He's on the bottom of the carriage.
Yeah.
He's got the wand.
Yeah.
And by the way, that's the Elder Wand.
Oh, okay.
Because you haven't seen the later movies, but that is the Elder Wand.
Gotcha.
Which canonically in that time he would have had. Right. Grindelwald would have had that wand. Okay. So then he's fighting with all the people on the brooms. He's conjuring lightning from the clouds. Yeah. And how did that happen? How can he just did he turn into Storm from the X-Men?
Yes, he did. and Abernathy turns into him, or no, he turns into Abernathy inside the car, and then he changes from Abernathy to Grindelwald. Yes. So again,
how did that happen?
Did he do that spell and he can do it on other people now? Was there a polyjuice potion? What happened?
My only guess is that maybe it was polyjuice potion on Abernathy.
Yeah, and he used his stupid spell.
Has some kind of way that he can do it himself, because how did he do it to be Graves in the first movie? Unless that's just something he can do.
It's just whatever power he needs.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Anyway, so there's this big scuffle. He goes he gets on top of he's controlling the carriage. All the bad guys. No, he's the bad guy. All the good guys.
They're bad at their job.
They are bad at their job. They're basically gone. Yeah. And the carriage is he goes into the East River or whatever. I don't know what it is. Yeah. And gets water all in the carriage, and the people inside are almost drowning. There's this little thing that's on a necklace. We find out it's a blood pact. Yeah. But anyway, it's kind of floating around. They're all trying to get it. Anyway, somehow the water drains out of there. Mm-hmm. It's just Abernathy, the lizard thing, and the old guy, the old British guy. Yeah. And
he gets attacked by the lizard.
Yeah, he gets attacked by the lizard. Grindelwald gets in there, throws the guy out. Yeah. Well, actually, he chucks the lizard out. The lizard jumps on him. It's oh, Grindelwald, you're back. And snuggles up to him. He's throws it out. Yeah. Why? What was the point of having that lizard in the first place? Don't know. Yeah. And then he throws the guy out, too. Yeah.
And throws a wand after him.
And throws a wand, so I guess he can save himself, but why?
But why?
What? Grindelwald killed...
What was the point?
Okay. Grindelwald has a baby killed later, but he wants that guy to be okay.
This guy... That's so stupid.
I don't know. I was just my notes are just what was the point of most of this? Yeah. And then it goes 3 months later in London. Yeah. And here we have Newt.
It's Newty.
And he's at the Ministry of Magic in London. Mm-hmm. And then this is the scene where we have all of the close-ups.
Oh my gosh, there's so many ridiculous close-ups.
I hate
for
this
no reason. Oh, why did they do this?
I don't know. So he's in there. He's playing with the button. It flies onto the carpet, and Pickett is there, of course. His little bowtruckle jumps out of his pocket, goes after. They race for it.
Why?
I don't know.
Do they race for it? What's he doing?
I don't know what's going on with most of this movie. None of it makes sense. It's like, I don't know. But anyway, Lita Lestrange shows up, which is Zoe Kravitz, of course. And, you know, she was briefly mentioned in the first movie. And it was like, did they break up? Is she, because you thought she was dead and everything.
I thought she was dead, yeah.
But no, she's alive for now. She's alive. She's there. She works the ministry, I guess. And she comes up and talks to him. And then, of course, it's like close-ups on both of their faces for the whole scene. I'm like, did you not have
their faces aren't even in the shot, all of it? Like, why?
When I tell you, I saw this in the movie theater, and I felt like there were giants just staring me down. It was very uncomfortable.
Yeah.
I didn't like it. So anyway, it does that several times. Then Theseus, Newt's brother, shows up, and he gets like a couple of close-ups too. And I'm like, oh my God, stop with the close-ups. But they're ready to take him to talk to somebody in the ministry.
Council or something, I don't know.
Yeah, it's a little council. There's like 3 guys.
Yeah.
And Theseus, I think.
Yeah.
And one of them is named Travers. And that's the only one I think that was named at some point. But it was whatever. And he seems to be like the main guy. And they're like, okay, so you're here because you want your ban lifted on international travel.
Right.
When he came back from New York, they were like, you made a mess in New York. You can't go anywhere else.
Yeah.
And so he's trying to get that lifted.
They're like, why do you want it back?
Yeah.
Because I want to go travel internationally.
He's like, yeah, exactly. He's like, because I want to go places. Why else would I ask to have this lifted? Hello? What? Okay. They're like, okay, well, we'll think about it, but first you have to be an RR. You have to start working with your brother. And he's like, I don't want to do that.
That's a no for me, dog.
He's like, I'm not trained for that. Why would you ask me to do this? Because one of the things about one of the things in Harry Potter, you know, Harry and Ron decide that that's what they want to do. So they take certain classes for it and everything so that maybe that's what the job they can do when they get out of Hogwarts. Did Newt take those classes? I don't know.
Probably not.
Did they just decide, it doesn't matter what you took. You wanted to take a bunch of magical creatures?
Some nepotism.
That's fine.
Your Theseus' brother. That's good enough for us.
Exactly. But he's like, no, I don't want to do that.
Yeah.
But they're like, but we need you because you need to track down Credence.
Yeah.
And
he's been
like,
spotted again.
Yeah. He
survived.
He made it. And Newt's like, no, I don't want to do that. And then this random guy walks out from behind a column's like, oh, well, I guess I can take care of it. Yeah. It's like, who are you?
Yeah, and we never find out who he is.
No.
He's just some dude.
He's just some nameless column guy.
God, this movie's so dumb.
I mean, I think they said his name.
But still, we don't know anything about him or why he would even want to do this.
No.
Or anything.
Well, I mean, we know why he would want to do it. Because he's working for Grindelwald.
Well, yeah, okay.
We find that out later.
Yeah.
And that's why he's trying to, like, infiltrate the ministry or whatever. Yeah.
But it's just like...
I don't know. Anyway, so he's still banned from international travel.
Yeah.
And he leaves, and Theseus comes after him. He's like, what were you doing, bro? You should have just taken the deal. And he's like, I don't want to do that. And he's like, okay, well, they're watching you, so just be careful.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's so funny, too, because they're like, yeah, I never got along with my brother. They get along fine right here. Fine. It's like throughout this whole movie.
Everybody is very, like, really overdramatic about everything.
Yes.
And they're like children. They're like, oh, me and my brother just don't get along.
We don't get along in the whole movie.
He's like, hug me out, bro. And they're like, yeah, all right. He's like, oh, I don't like to hug. He's a hugger. I'm not a hugger.
It's
and that's like their major conflict.
What? And then at one point, he yells at him to stop across the hall. And they're like, wow, he's so aggressive. What? What?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. I don't understand this movie.
Yeah.
Anyway, so yeah, he's like, they're watching you. And then we see that Grindelwald is in Paris. And he and his like cronies or whatever show up at this house and go up there, kill the people who are in it.
Yep.
And they're like, all right, this is our new digs.
Yep.
And then they go in there and they're talking. I don't care what they're talking about.
Yeah, I don't know.
They're like,
and I don't care. This also work. It's good.
And then they hear a baby crying. And so they go into the other room and he looks at the baby and he walks out and he has somebody kill it.
Yep.
And I'm like, okay,
Yeah, we get it.
Wow.
He's evil.
Wow.
We already knew that.
We killed a baby.
Good for you.
And the thing is, it's like, oh, these are the crimes of Grindelwald. He killed a baby. He didn't kill a baby.
Yeah.
That woman killed the baby.
Yeah.
I mean, sure, it was his orders, but, you know.
Yeah.
He's not the only one committing crimes here.
Say
no, he just kind of looked at it and walked out of the room and closed the door and was like, I guess I'm supposed to kill this baby? I don't know. And then what if he walks back in? He's like, what did you just do? I didn't want you to kill that.
He brings like a sandwich in like, oh no.
He brings in the baby bottle and he's like, what? Why did you kill that? I was going to raise it.
This is my baby.
No.
You killed my side.
So yeah. He kills the people and takes their house. There we go. We're done with that.
Bad guys.
So then we go back to London. Newt is being followed by some people who are really bad at their jobs.
Yeah.
Because he's like, I know I'm being followed.
Yeah.
And he like puts like a wind on that one guy, which was really funny.
That was, yeah.
Where he's just walking down.
Blowing down the whole street.
He's walking down the street and he's trying to hold off the wind with his umbrella and he's just sliding down the street and everybody else is walking by. I'm like, what is wrong with this guy? He sees like this magical glove that like points him in a direction. He's like, here, take my hand silently. And he takes it and it takes him to like the top of this building. And Dumbledore's there.
Couldn't be anywhere else, really.
Right.
Somewhere where you're not going to fall down.
Fall to your doom, you know. So, yeah, young Dumbledore's up there, played by Jude Law. Mm-hmm. One of the highlights of the film for me. Because I get to look at Jude Law. Also, it's fun to have, you know, Dumbledore back, I guess, and a young version.
Sure.
So, they're talking about stuff.
It's mainly just he wants him to do a job.
Yeah.
He wants him to find somebody or something.
He wants him to try to find Credence.
Yeah.
And he's talking about how there's people, the purebloods think that he's the lost child of this house, of this one house.
Yeah.
And basically they think he is the lost Lestrange baby, Lita's brother.
Yeah.
And then also at this point, Dumbledore's like, oh, yes, there's a legend in our family that a phoenix will come to us when we're in need, blah, blah, blah. Yeah. Which comes in at the end, but we're not to that point yet. That's when I'm going to get real angry. So, yeah, they think that he's the lost brother. He's like, you should go try to find him so that we can figure out if that's who he is or whatever. I don't know. And he's like, okay, but I can't leave the country. He's like, you'll figure something out. Yeah, yeah, he's like, yeah, I know a guy. You'll get there. Don't worry.
Yeah.
So he goes to his apartment. He goes in, and of course there are baby nifflers, and they're like causing havoc inside.
As they do.
And so he grabs them, takes them downstairs, and his downstairs is kind of like in his suitcase where it's like all magically expanded, so he can keep all of his creatures in there. And he has an assistant named Bunty, and Bunty has got a major crush on Newt.
Oh, yeah.
Because he's like, I'll take care of the Kelpie. And she's like, oh, maybe you should take your shirt off. Yeah. It's like, okay, go take a cold shower, Bunty, and get out of here. And it's so funny, he keeps telling her too. He's like, Bunty, go home. Bunty, go home. And she's just like, no, I just want to watch you jump into this water. But he does something with the Kelpie. I
hated that the Kelpie was made of kelp.
Yeah.
Kelpies are cool enough. Just have a Kelpie. Don't make it out of kelp.
Yeah.
I hate you.
So anyway, after he does whatever he's doing there, he hears something happening in the apartment. So he goes back up there, and it's Queenie and Jacob. They've basically broken into his apartment. Yep. Queenie's like, it was raining outside, so we just came in. It's like, okay. Do you not know what breaking and entering is? 'Cause, yeah, this is not good.
Yeah.
They're in town because they're going to be getting married. Yay. And Jacob is acting real strange.
He's real in love. And head over heels.
And Queenie's acting kind of weird too. Yeah. And she's just really bubblier than usual, it seems like. And she's like, here, I'll make us dinner and everything. And she's just like fixing Jacob's plate and like cutting his carrots and stuff for him. And he's just like out of it.
Yeah. We see through his eyes it's a little wavy gravy. And
and
reddish.
Kind of pinkish. Yeah. And Newt's like, in his mind, he's like, you put a spell on him. She's like, no, what are you talking talking about, honey? And he's like, yeah, I'm lifting that spell.
Yeah.
And
we'll see if he still wants to get married.
If he still wants to marry you, then okay. And so he lifts it, and Jacob's like, what? Where am I? First of all, what is happening?
Queenie, you can't keep doing this.
You can't do this, Queenie. And she's like, but I just love you so much, and I want to get married, and we can't get married in the States and all this stuff.
Yeah.
And my thing is, okay, then don't get married in the States.
Get married there.
Move to England, where you can be married.
Exactly.
It's not that big of a deal. Okay, sure, he has his pastry shop, his bakery or whatever.
Have to relocate it.
Just relocate. Yeah. It's not that big of a deal. Yeah, exactly. Oh my gosh.
He's like, they'll arrest you. No, exactly. They won't.
Not in England. Just move to England. They could solve this so quickly.
Yeah. Yeah, it's real dumb.
And then just have Tina there, and then Tina and Newt can get together. Yeah. But of course...
everybody's already over there.
But of course, Tina is mad at Newt because she thinks that Newt is getting married to Lita because there was some stupid thing in the newspaper that was like, Newt Scamander and his fiancée, Lita Lestrange, and his brother, Theseus Scamander. And Newt's like, no, I'm not marrying Lita. Theseus and Lita are getting married. Yeah. And she's like, oh, wow, what a weird misunderstanding. Yeah. Okay, well,
Guess we could have cleared this up with a phone call, but oh well.
Yeah. I mean, it would have been like an international phone call. I mean,
they probably got wizard phones.
I'm sure there was some way to do. I mean, send a telegram if you absolutely have to.
There you go.
You could clear it up somehow.
Yeah.
Anyway, Jacob and Queenie go out. They're outside on the street and they're kind of arguing, and he almost calls her crazy. Mm-hmm. And of course, she can hear him say it in his mind, and she gets mad because she called him a coward first.
Yeah, she did.
She's like, you're a coward. And he's like, well, it doesn't finish it. And she's like, I'm what? I'm crazy? Well, I'm going to show you crazy. And she just leaves.
Yeah, she's out. She's going to go stay with her sister.
Yeah.
Which I thought they were on the outs.
Yeah, maybe. Well, she doesn't know where Tina is exactly. Okay. She knows vaguely. She knows that she's in Paris.
Okay.
Because she had a postcard from her. And of course, she left it in...
Yeah. Why was it all
Newt's
torn
apartment?
up?
I don't know.
How did it fall out?
I don't know.
I was so confused by that.
I don't know. But Newt puts it back together, sees that Tina's in Paris, and is like, all right, Jacob, we're going to Paris, and we're taking the Nifflers with us.
Mm-hmm. It's like, why are you taking the Nifflers?
Exactly.
Like, sure, they come in handy later, but...
They do.
You didn't know?
Anyway, so you find out that Credence works for the circus, and there's this circus in Paris, and they have their own little version of Diagon Alley kind of thing.
Yeah.
And also there is a girl named Nagini.
No.
And she's what's called a maledictus. Uh-huh. And a maledictus is basically someone who is cursed to eventually turn into an animal and be stuck that way forever.
Yeah.
And of course, she is going to turn into a snake at some point, named Nagini.
Didn't they say it was the more she used it, the more likely she's to stay that way? So why does she keep doing it?
I don't know, but she's going to, eventually everybody who's a maledictus turns into that.
Yeah.
Oh, God. So yeah, eventually she's gonna turn into a snake, and she's gonna be stuck in that form forever, and then she's gonna become a companion to Lord Voldemort. Yay. Because we have to have a connection.
Yeah, she doesn't seem like she would want to be a companion of Lord Voldemort.
No, she doesn't, because she seems like a good person.
Yeah, but apparently no.
I don't know.
Apparently in snake form, loves some bad guy.
I can't.
It's so dumb.
Oh, and apparently maledictus, you can only be a maledictus if you're female. So
oh, okay.
It's something that runs through the female line of a family. So, whatever. Anyway, there are all these other animals there in the circus. There's a kappa that's in a tub.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a Japanese water demon. And then there's a Zowu, which is this cat thing. Yeah, do not ooh me, please. But yeah, it's a Zowu, and it's some kind of Chinese cat dragon thing. I don't know. I don't know what it is exactly.
That's weird. I don't know.
It can do something where it can, like, in a single bound, it can go, like, across a whole city or something.
Yeah.
Anyway, so the circus is happening. The ringmaster or whatever, he's like, and this is the Maledictus Nagini. She turns into... turned into it. And so she finally turns to a snake, and then she, like... strikes at him, basically, and Credence hits some kind of thing and knocks it over. There are, like, these bird things flying out.
Oh, yeah,
I don't know.
Fire, bird, bat things.
Whatever they are. I don't know. It doesn't say. So, anyway, people are, like, freaking out, and they run away. They run away into chaos, the two of them together. And the circus they're like, all right, pack it up, boys, I'm going home. So they just pack it up and they leave.
Yep.
And
except
Tina's...
the lion thing got away.
Yeah, the lion thing got away. And then Tina's like, hey, have you seen... where did Credence go? And he's like, I don't know, and I don't care, so bye. So he just takes off. And then there's this strange guy standing behind Tina. And she's like, oh, hey, stranger, let's go talk.
Yeah, you were obviously there for the same person. Yeah. So let's talk about it.
Let's talk about it. So they talk. His name is Yusuf Kama. Okay. And he is from Senegal, I think.
Okay.
And he's like the last of the line of a pure blood family. And he is looking for Credence because there's some kind of a prophecy or whatever about him, although it's more like a poem than a prophecy. But
is that book thing they kept talking about?
Well, it's like the prophecies of Tycho Dodonis or something like that. And he's like, so that's why I'm looking for him, because I have a beef with him, and I think I know who he is and all this stuff. Mm-hmm. And so she's like, oh, okay. And he's like, and I can prove who he is, if you just follow me into the sewers, pretty lady. And it's like, girl, what are you doing? Just
follow strange men into the sewers.
What's wrong with you, Tina?
If you learn anything from this podcast, know that.
Don't follow strange men into sewers.
It's just really anybody. I mean, don't go into a sewer.
No, I mean, but did you learn nothing from it?
Yeah.
Come on.
There's no turtles down there, guys. Or at least none you want to see.
Yeah. Rats, yes.
Yes.
But not rats that are like ninja masters or whatever.
Sadly.
Unfortunately.
We've looked.
So then Grindelwald has like this skull thing that's like a hookah pipe.
Oh, yeah.
And
hookah skull.
Shows like his followers that Credence is out there somewhere, and that's who he's looking for. He's looking for Credence because Credence is the key to defeating Dumbledore.
Yeah.
And okay, don't care. So
even though he was pretty easily beaten by all those auras earlier.
Yeah.
In the last movie.
Yeah. Anyway, so then Newt and Jacob have to figure out how to get to Paris. So they take a port key. He has to pay like 50 galleons, and that's a lot of money.
I guess. I don't know.
Well, galleons are like the highest coin that you can in like the wizarding world. Okay. So it's a pretty big deal.
$1 million.
Yeah. So I mean, people like freak out if they have to pay like 2 galleons for something. So they port key out of there straight to Paris, and they go into the thing through the wall, whatever, through the statue.
He did his little Batman magic on the ground first, didn't he?
Well, they go through the wall first, and then they're out.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, they're in like their version of Diagon Alley. And he does some he puts something on the ground, and people are like, what is he doing? Whatever, and they just go about their day.
See everything.
Yeah, and so he's like, oh, I see that there was a Kappa, and I see that there was a Zowu, and oh, there's Tina's footprints. Yeah, she has such dainty feet, blah, blah, blah.
So narrow feet.
Yeah, narrow feet. And Jacob's like, I've never noticed, but I'll take your word for it.
It's a feet guy.
So they're on the hunt for Tina, and they find a feather that fell out of Yusuf Kama's hat. Yeah. Because he keeps a feather in his cap, apparently.
As we all
and
do.
It can point them to him.
Yeah. It's like, find your owner. Yeah. Takes off.
Yeah. So, also, Queenie is in Paris now. She's trying to find Tina. She goes to the Ministry of Magic there. And they're like, yeah, there's no Tina Goldstein here. Sorry about that. And she's like, oh, okay, well.
Never mind.
Just go out into the rain and cry.
Yeah, she thinks she hears Jacob. Tries to find him.
Yeah.
She doesn't. I don't know why she has such a hard time.
I don't either.
But she does.
And then she sits down.
I guess because she can hear everybody's thoughts.
Yeah.
You would think she'd have trained to, like, keep that from happening all the time. Because can't she not read people's minds?
Probably. And also you would think she would be able to distinguish his pretty easily.
Yeah.
And Newt's.
Yeah.
Considering that they're in Paris and the other people are going to be thinking in French.
It's true.
But, true. We don't question it. But anyway, the woman that's been working with Grindelwald, I forget what her name is, Rosier, I think.
Sure.
I don't think they ever say it, but I think that's what her name is on the cast.
Yeah.
She shows up. She's like, here, let me take you in for tea. And whatever.
By the way, Grindelwald is just walking around town.
And nobody knows. Nobody cares.
Shock white hair.
And
weird eye.
Weird eye.
Very distinguishable. Like,
and
how do you not find him?
Nasty bleach white mustache.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Like...
Sorry.
How has nobody hunted him down? Like,
I don't know.
It doesn't make any sense. Whatever.
But it did show while she was in the French Ministry of Magic that woman, Rosier, and Abernathy walked out of there with a book.
Okay.
And that comes in later also.
Yeah.
So they stole something from there. So then Credence is trying to find his mother, and he has a lead. So he and Nagini go up to find this woman. And they walk in. They're being followed by a creepy column guy.
Yeah.
Whose name we don't know.
Yeah.
And they go in there, and it's this, like, I think they say she's, like, half house elf or something. I don't know.
Yeah, she's got something
weird. She's, like, a half-breed. I don't know.
That
sounds terrible. I don't like saying that.
It's a Cher song.
Yeah, half-breed. She's like, yeah, I'm not your mother. I was just a servant.
Yeah.
And I gave you to the bare bones woman.
Yeah.
To take care of you and everything. And you were such a beautiful baby, and you're a beautiful man. And it's like, that was a terrible.
That was your New York accent?
No. It was supposed to be French. It's bad. While he's talking to her and everything, trying to get as much information as he can about his family, his real family, which he gets none. No information whatsoever. Column guy shows up and just, like, kills her.
Yeah. He can walk into... in walls.
Yeah. Didn't know that was a thing you could do, but apparently it is. So yeah, he can just walk around inside the walls.
Whatever power you need, you can have it.
Yeah. That sets off Credence, and he turns into his Obscurus form and blows off the top of the roof of that building and tries to attack the guy, but the guy just has like a bubble
shield
around him.
Yeah, he's got like a bubble shield, which is why, like, he's the key to defeating Dumbledore. Like, Dumbledore just put a bubble shield around him. He'll be fine.
Yeah, because he's like the most powerful wizard since Dumbledore or whatever. Yeah. It's like, so he can defeat Dumbledore. It's like, yeah, Dumbledore can easily just like...
He can't beat this random guy whose name we don't know.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Anyway, so the guy just like teleports out there. And I say teleports, but he apparates. Yeah. Anyway, he gets out of there, and Credence is like, I'll never know about my family! And that guy shows up and starts talking to Grindelwald, and he's like, yeah, he's still looking for his family.
Yeah, killed that lady.
So he doesn't know. He doesn't know what's going on.
Yeah. And
then they do their little for the greater good thing. It's like, okay, cool, don't care. So Newt and Jacob go to this restaurant, and it's the restaurant where the cafe where Tina and Yusuf were talking to each other before he led her into the sewer. Mm-hmm. And here comes Yusuf. He comes
walking by, return to the scene of the crime.
Exactly. And Newt's like, hey, have you seen like this beautiful girl? And Jacob's like, yeah, she's pretty, I guess.
Hey, come on, really, Jacob? You don't notice a pretty girl.
He's too busy noticing Queenie.
I mean, guess.
Come on. So it's like, who looks at Tina when Queenie's there? So they ask him about Tina, and he's like, yeah, I can take you to her.
Yeah, tall lady, yeah.
And so it's like, stop following strange men into sewers. We've already
at least let them go first.
Oh my gosh.
They just walk through what looks like a prison.
Exactly.
And they're just like, doo-doo-doo-doo-doo.
So they get down there. Tina is there. Yeah. And she's just like, hey.
She doesn't say anything.
Doesn't say, stop that guy. Closed. Until he Expelliarmuses their wands away. Or his Newt's wand, because he already has Tina's, I guess. And closes the thing. And then he gets over there and he's like, you'll never get out. And then he passes out.
Yeah, then he grabs his eye and falls down.
Yeah, he grabs his eye.
And then they easily get out because of the stick bug guy.
Because the stick bug. Because, Pickett. Yeah. Pickets that lock. Yep. Because that's what Bowtruckles can do, which we found out in the first movie, because that's why the little guy at the bar wanted him. He gets him out like no problem at all. Yep. And so they're like, well, what are we going to do with this guy? And Dumbledore gave him like a calling card for an old friend in Paris. Mm-hmm. And so that's where they go. Yeah. But we don't really see that until later, because now we get to show up at Hogwarts. Because you gotta have Hogwarts. Because it's like the first movie didn't have Hogwarts, and they were like, we gotta have more connection to Hogwarts. So they show up there. Dumbledore is teaching Defense Against the Dark Arts, which is, according to the books, the Harry Potter books, is not something he ever taught. But because he taught Transfiguration.
Oopsies.
Before McGonagall took over for that, which is also funny because McGonagall is there. Yeah. Even though she has not been born.
And she's in her 30s.
And she was also there when Newt was in school in like the 1910s. When she wasn't supposed to be born until 1935. But, yeah. The thing is, the author of the series created Pottermore, where she wrote like all of these different like backstories for all these characters. And that was in McGonagall's thing. And as soon as this came out, they erased that. Oh. Because they're like, no, that never existed. It's like, there's something called the Wayback Machine, where you can look at websites from years before. Yeah, exactly. So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's great.
which is funny because, okay, so the guy, the Travers or whatever his name is.
Yeah.
In this point, that, when he's talking to Dumbledore, he's like, and you'll never teach Defense Against the Dark Arts again. And it's like, okay, well then that means he would be teaching Transfiguration, which is what he taught before he became the headmaster. But then what's McGonagall teaching?
Yeah. If
she's not teaching Transfiguration. Hello? Yeah.
She teaches Quidditch.
I swear. And then of course there are all these theories about, well, maybe, Dumbledore knew that he was going to need her to fight Grindelwald, so he brought her back in time from, I'm like, you can't just do that. That's not how time works. Back in time. That's not how it works. I know. Look, I know that there's the whole thing called Harry Potter and the Cursed Child, where they do stuff like that, and it makes no sense, because that's not how time turners work, and you're only supposed to be able to go back with a time turner maybe 5 hours, and at that point you kind of go crazy. Yeah. So nobody goes back further than that. Nobody goes back, 60 years. But yeah, sure, maybe that's what happened. Oh my gosh, I'm so...
just so whatever you need to do.
So, and then other people were like, well, maybe it's not McGonagall, maybe that's her mother. And it's like, her mother's name was not Minerva McGonagall, and that's what this character's name is. Yeah. Also, her mother was, at that point, not married. Or no. No.
No.
What is it? Is it McGonagall? Is McGonagall her married name? Because McGonagall is actually married, which it never says anything about, but she does get married.
Nice.
So no, it's
Flitwick.
Some old guy.
Flitwick.
No, it's not anybody that,
Tom Riddle.
But anyway, let's just say, I don't know, but there are like several reasons why this is impossible. Yes. She should not be here.
Yeah.
And it makes no sense.
It's dumb.
But they're like, no, we never had that on the website. No, it's totally plausible. It's like, no, it's not, but whatever. So, yeah, Travers talks to Dumbledore and is like, you've got to go. Newt has gone to Paris. You got to... What's he doing? Yeah. He's obviously on your orders. And Dumbledore's like, I don't know what you're talking about.
That's crazy.
I haven't told him to do anything.
I taught Newt. You can't tell him to do stuff.
You can't tie him down.
He
you
doesn't
can't
listen
make
to
him
orders.
do stuff.
Newt, man.
Exactly. And he's like, okay, well, you know what? Here, I'm going to put these cuffs on you and we're going to be able to tell exactly everything that you do. And you can't teach this class anymore. So go kick that old granny. She's only like 30 or whatever. Go kick her out of her class and teach it instead.
Yep.
It's like, okay, whatever. So I don't know. I'm just like, come on. This movie needs to stop it. Oh, and anyway, so they start walking off. Theseus is still there, and Dumbledore's like, "Hey, by the way, if Grindelwald decides to, call some kind of rally or something, probably best if you don't go."
Yeah, it'll just drive him into his arms.
Exactly. It's just gonna give him more fuel for the fire.
Yeah.
So just don't do it.
Yep.
Don't do it.
Don't do it.
And he's like, I did it. Yeah, because
I hate that meme so much.
Because he did it.
It's gross.
He does it. What?
That meme is so gross. So that Vine, whatever it is.
So he tells him that, and then it does like a flashback because Lita is there and she sees like an old desk and it's got like L plus N plus Lita plus Lita. So she has like a little flashback, and McGonagall is there in the 1910s.
She's there.
And does something that McGonagall would not have done, which was to punish a student by, like, doing a spell on him.
Which one?
That girl.
Oh, where she puts it back on her mouth.
She would not do that, because she even got mad at Mad-Eye Moody for turning Malfoy into a ferret and bouncing him around in the yard. She's like, you can't do that. We don't do that to our students.
Yeah, because some girl was talking trash about
Lita, and Lita like did some spell on her that like made her mouth go away.
Yeah.
What kind of spell was that? I've never seen that.
It's whatever they need. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, that's true.
They'll make up whatever they have to.
That's true.
Could have done anything in the universe, but no. We want to just grab some other random spell.
Yeah. Anyway, so
and then everybody starts chasing her.
Everybody chases her, and she manages to get away, and then she goes and finds Newt. Yeah. And Newt is like, has like a raven or whatever, and he's like nursing it back to health. Yeah. And they have a little moment where they're talking, and I don't know what they're talking about.
I don't know.
I don't remember.
Beasts.
Yeah.
Where to find them.
Yeah. And then it shows like several different scenes, because there's a scene where they're doing the boggart lesson, and her fear. Oh, well, it shows Newt's worst fear, and it's having to work at a desk. Which is really job. Funny. Yeah. And I really like that. I think they did a really good job of casting young Newt. Yeah, he looked a lot like him, and he had the same mannerisms and everything. It was really good.
That kid did really good.
Now, young Lita was not quite so much. No. But, I mean, she was fine. I'm not saying she was...
didn't do anything wrong.
I'm not saying she did... Yeah, exactly. I'm not saying she was bad at the part or anything. She was fine. She did what she needed to do. Yeah. But she did not look anything like... No. Which, it's kind of hard to find somebody who looks like Zoe Kravitz.
Yeah, I guess so.
But, yeah. So, they... just have some time together and everything, and like at one point they touch hands, and it's like, oh, there's a cute little romance. It's like, oh, but they're not gonna end up together. Yeah. So
we already know this.
Okay. And then she's crying back after the flashback. All those
memories.
And Dumbledore's there, and he's like, I never thought you were a bad student or whatever.
Oh, she's like, everyone hates me. You
I'm
think
a monster.
So bad. I'm terrible. Nobody says anything bad about her except that one girl.
Except for that one girl.
And she just is so, oh my gosh, she is the worst. I hate her character.
I have known somebody who just thought that everybody hated them. Yeah. And it's like, why do you think that? Everybody likes you.
The worst, yeah.
I don't know why you think everyone hates you. Yeah. It's like you walk into a room and everybody's like, hey! And they're so excited. But no, everybody hates me. It's like...
Yeah, so dramatic. Yeah, I hated her character so much.
Yeah, so she was not the best.
I was interested in the last movie. I'm like, I wonder what happened. And now I'm like, I wish she had never showed up.
Well, you don't have to worry about it for very long, because she doesn't make through the movie.
She ain't gonna be in 3.
She does not make it through this one. Oh, boy.
Oh, thank goodness.
Oh, gosh. So then, Dumbledore's just trying to like be a comfort to her and everything. And she's just like, I'm a monster. So, anyway, Dumbledore's, just trying to be a nice guy.
Yep.
And then we go to Queenie, who is in that house where Grindelwald took over, and she's with Rosier, and she's like, I don't want any more tea, but this stupid teapot just keeps trying to give me more tea. Would you knock it off? Yeah. And she actually tells it at one point. She's like, knock it off, will ya? Which is really cute. Yeah. But she's like, I gotta go. My sister's waiting for me and everything. And she's like, well, you haven't even met your host yet.
Yeah.
So she's like, okay, fine. And then Grindelwald comes in and she's like, oh, I know who you are. And immediately draws her wand.
By the way, how did he get his tongue back?
I guess he just grew it back. I do not know.
Although the Archibald, is that his name? The little dude? What was
his name is...
Ferdinand.
No, it does start with an A. Abernathy.
Ferdinand. He did stick out his tongue and he had like a forked tongue.
Yeah.
So maybe he gave Grindelwald his tongue, but how did he attach it?
Well, see, maybe...
Is there a reparo spell for tongues?
Well, see, maybe it wasn't Abernathy in the first part. It wasn't Abernathy who was in the cage when they... Yeah. Maybe he had already changed into Abernathy. And that was Abernathy's tongue that they cut. And so
man, that Polyjuice potion lasted a long time. If it was a Polyjuice potion.
Yeah, see, I don't know. It doesn't make sense!
Anywho, he can talk now.
Yeah, so...
Because, I don't know, it didn't seem like he could talk on the carriage, because he didn't say anything.
That's true.
He was like knocking on the window, and I don't know, this thing's stupid. Why am I thinking so much about it?
I guess it just grew back, like tongues do. Maybe it was maybe there's something kind of like Skelligro that helps you grow back your bones. If they can grow back bones,
Lingro.
Then they can probably do Lingro.
If he can make himself look like anybody, change his
seems like
structure, he could just grow a tongue.
I don't know.
What's next?
Let's just stop questioning it.
He convinces Queenie he's on her side.
Yeah.
Or whatever. She's dumb.
Yeah, because he's like, I just want people to love who they want to love, man. Free love,
Even though I was talking about that whole thing about not liking muggles and stuff last movie.
Yeah, if you want to love a muggle,
how we should rule the world and stuff, but that's fine. You can marry any muggle you want. It's cool, bro.
If you want to love a muggle, then love a muggle, man. I'm not going to stop you from doing that.
Peace, love, and muggles, baby.
Peace, love, and muggles. Oh my gosh. Love it. Oh my gosh. Oh, anyway, so yeah. She's like, well, I guess you're not such a bad guy.
Yeah, she's stupid.
I was like, Queenie, what is wrong with you? Stop it.
Yeah.
So then we go to their Newt and Tina and Jacob are at the safe house or whatever. I feel like there was a point with the Zowu, too, that I forgot about, where they captured the Zowu.
They captured it.
But I don't remember how that came about. And do we care?
Not really.
Because is this really about Fantastic Beasts anymore?
No. He used a little cat toy to catch it.
Yeah.
Which I guess it was cute for a second. I don't know.
Yeah, but he did catch it.
Yeah.
And then they are at the safe house, and the safe house belongs to Nicholas Flamel, because we gotta have something else connecting to Harry Potter.
He looks like a skeleton.
He's real gross.
I hate it.
But we don't see him at first.
Yeah,
because I guess he's upstairs.
Seen him at all.
I guess he's upstairs in bed or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
But first, they have to get whatever is in that guy's eye out of it.
Yeah.
Apparently there must have been a water dragon in the sewer, is what Newt says. And I guess they have parasites, and one of those got into the guy's eye. And they pull it out, and it's disgusting. Yeah. And then it's got all of these little tentacles and stuff. And they give it to Jacob, because they take it out with tweezers.
Yeah.
And he starts walking away. He's like, calamari. That is actually one of the things that makes me laugh in that movie, because I'm like, okay.
So random.
I know, it is. It's like Jacob is like the high point of these movies to me.
Yeah.
He's like the only reason that I watch them, pretty much. I mean, which I like Newt, but...
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah. I mostly watch it for Jacob. And then they go out, I think, while they're waiting for the guy to wake up. They're like, we should go to see if we can get that book about the Lestranges or whatever that's at the ministry.
Mm-hmm.
So they, Newt and Tina head off together. Jacob's still there. That's when we see, what's his face? Nicholas Flamel shows up.
Okay.
He walks over, there's like a crystal ball kind of thing, and they look into it and there's Credence. And Jacob's like, hey, that's that Credence kid. And I'm like, when did he ever meet Credence?
Yeah.
Which I think he saw him.
Maybe,
but...
Did you see him in the tunnels, maybe?
Maybe.
Because he was there.
Yeah. I feel like he came in, though, after...
Yeah, after all the action.
They killed him, or not killed him, but,
yeah.
Killed in quotation marks.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah,
I don't know. But, we don't question things here, I guess.
No.
Newt and Tina, of course, like we said, they were going to go to the ministry so that they could try to find that book about the Lestranges. And it's like a book with the family tree.
Yeah.
And so they want to get that so they can see if maybe it has some kind of clue about Credence.
Mm-hmm.
And so they get there, and Newt turns into Theseus.
Yeah.
He uses polyjuice.
So little reason.
I guess, to turn into Theseus. Because he's wanted.
Yeah.
Newt is wanted, so he doesn't want to go in there by himself, or as himself. So they go in there, and Theseus is there and sees him.
Uh-huh.
Sees Newt as himself and is like, this is not right. So he goes after him, and of course Newt, changes back into himself. Yeah. How did he change back into himself? Because Polyjuice Potion is supposed to last... Maybe he did a Revelio charm. I don't know.
He seemed like it was just wearing off.
Yeah, so. But it's supposed to last an hour.
Yeah.
But I know they weren't standing out there for that. I don't know. Anyway, so he chases them, and this is the point where he kind of yells at Newt across the...
Well, he yells and he shoots
thing,
a spell at him.
He shoots a spell at him. But it's not like a spell that's going to hurt him or anything. It's just he's trying to stop him.
I guess.
And then Tina does a spell back.
It hits a bunch of suitcases and knocks them around,
and then,
boxes.
Yeah, and then Tina does a spell back. I don't remember what it is, but it stops him. And, and Newt's like, wow, this is the best day ever. Because, I hate my brother.
His brother got bested.
And it's but no. And it's wow, he was so angry. And I'm like, not really.
It really makes Newt just seem like such a little jerk. A little sniveling jerk. Everybody loves my brother. Nobody likes me. Oh. And it's really, he hasn't done anything. He's been very nice to you. And you're kind of a jerk. So, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. So Jacob ends up at the Lestrange vault at the cemetery all by himself. What is he doing there by himself? He is a muggle. He has no magic whatsoever.
Yeah. Well, he saw that vision in Flamel's
Yeah, I mean, he knows that...
crystal ball.
He knows that Queenie's going to be there, and I guess that's why he goes.
Yeah.
So he goes there. He gets stopped by somebody.
Who does he get stopped by?
I don't know. Maybe it's Yusuf. Maybe he followed him there, and I have no idea. But meanwhile, of course, Newt and Tina are trying to get the book. They get in there, they talk to the librarian, and they're like, oh, this is Lita Lestrange, and I'm her fiance, and we're gonna go look at her book. And the woman's like, okay, whatever.
How'd that work?
Do you not have to show any kind of ID? Okay.
Seriously. There's no screening process besides just saying who you are?
Yeah.
Insane.
So anyway, they go in there, and they're walking around, and they're trying to find the Lestrange thing, and they have to stop and have a talk.
Mm-hmm.
Because, of course, Tina still thinks.
Yep. He's
going to marry Lita.
Yeah.
And he has not told her yet.
Yeah.
And then he starts talking and he just pauses.
Yes.
And drags it out. And it's like, just.
Oh my gosh.
Spit it out.
It.
So finally he does say it. And then he's like, I only like you because your eyes are like salamanders. And she's like, oh, that's cute. I guess.
That's the sweetest thing anyone's ever told me.
So meanwhile, while they've been sitting there just talking about their freaking love life, Lita shows up and's like, give me my book.
Yeah.
And so she sees that the book is missing, and there's like a little letter in there that's like, the book's been removed to the vault, to the Lestrange vault in whatever cemetery it is. And she's like, oh, okay, that's weird. And then
the librarian's like, oh, that's weird, or everything's wrong. So here's some terribly animated dog things.
No, they're cats.
Cats, whatever.
But first, she turns the thing around and sees that Tina and Newt are on the other side of it, just hanging there.
Yeah.
And she's like, what are you doing here?
Yeah.
And then that's when the librarian comes.
Yeah.
And she's got these little cat things.
Huge blue eyes.
Yeah. And
orbs, not even eyes.
Yeah. And why did she show up anyway? It doesn't make sense.
None of it makes sense.
And Newt's like, they won't attack unless you attack them first. As Alita sends a spell at one of them. Yeah. Which makes them attack. Yeah. And then, of course, they somehow get the Zowu out of the suitcase and they use it to travel to the cemetery to get away from the cats. Yeah. And then once they're out of that place, the cats turn into regular cats. Why? I don't know. How? None of this makes sense. It doesn't. It's so because they're not even supposed to be real cats. They're like spirit animals. Oh, yeah. They're spirit animals. Because he says they're like spirit animals. And I'm like, then they can't be real cats. Yeah. I don't... So annoying. So anyway, they go to the vault. They get in there. And there's like all kinds of people in there. You've got Jacob, I guess, is there. I don't know. You've got Credence and Nagini are both there. Yep. And Yusuf Kama is there because he's like, I'm going to kill Corvus Lestrange because this is obviously, Credence is obviously Corvus Lestrange. Yep. And Lita's like, no, he's not. Yeah. And Corvus Lestrange is dead. And he's like, no, he's not. I can prove it, blah, blah, blah. When I lived in Senegal with my parents, they were so in love. And then somebody Lestrange shows up and was like, I'm taking your mom away. I've enchanted her. So he takes the mom, has Lita. Yeah. And he was like, okay, well, I had promised my dad that I would get revenge by killing the one thing that Lestrange guy loves. Yeah. And I was going to kill Alita, and then I realized, oh, he doesn't love Lita. He doesn't care about her. He doesn't care anything about his daughter. Mm-hmm. Because in the Lestrange family, daughters don't matter. Yeah, that's true. And so even in the family tree, they're just represented as flowers. Yeah. Nice. No names or anything, just flowers. So he's like, but then he got married again, and he had a son, Corvus Lestrange. And that's who Credence is, and I'm gonna kill him because I promised that I would do this. It was like an unbreakable vow or whatever. And he's the answer to that poem / prophecy or whatever. And then Lita's like, no, that baby is dead. I saw that baby die. Yeah. I saw that baby drown because I switched it with another baby. Yep. Because it cried all the time. Because he cried, he wouldn't shut up, and I was tired of it, so I switched him with another baby while we were on this ship going to America, and the ship sank, and we had the other baby. And the mom died of the other baby. And that baby drowned. That baby's on the bottom of the ocean. Yeah. That baby's probably eaten by sharks. Yep. And so he's like, oh, and I can prove it because here is... The book, opens the book, and it shows Corvus Lestrange. It's like, turns black or whatever, and everything around it just kind of dies because he's dead. He did. He's dead. He's in. That is not him. And so it's like, okay, well, what is Yusuf Kama supposed to do now? Mm-hmm. Guess I'll give up my vengeance. I don't know. So anyway, yeah, Corvus Lestrange is dead. So Credence is like, well, who am I then? I was like, I don't know. Nobody knows. Nobody knows. So, or do they? No. Nobody should know. So anyway, they're like, okay, well, there's this rally happening, so I guess let's go check that out. I don't know. So they go in there and... We don't have anything else to do. We don't have anything else to do tonight. Why don't we just go to this rally that he's doing? And Newt gets in there and he's like, oh, it's a trap. It's like, okay, thanks, Admiral Akbar.
It's a trap, but still people can come in, no problem later. All the horrors come in.
I don't know. So anyway, Grindelwald is up there. He starts talking. He's smooth talking everybody. And he's talking about, something about the muggles and the no-mages and the no-magique and the can't spells. And I'm like, who named the can't spells?
Can't spells.
Because I need to have a talk with them.
That is so dumb.
I thought there were so many dumb things in this movie, and that may be the dumbest one of all. The can't spells.
Yes.
Who came up with that? I don't know. But I'm like, that's real dumb.
Yeah.
So he's talking about how how dangerous the muggles are, and they have to, I don't know.
Well, he's saying that
they're dangerous, but
join together. Yeah, also, he's just saying everything.
Everything, because he's like, they're dangerous, and we should be above them, but we need to join them together with them, and none of it makes sense.
It's dumb.
And then he does his little skull hookah thing again, and he blows out this smoke, and everybody sees that World War II is going to happen. Yeah, and they've just gotten out of World War I, so they're like, we don't want that to happen because there's an atomic bomb that's going to go off and all this stuff. And it's like, well, we've got to do something so that they won't have any power over us. I
don't know. How are they going to stop it?
They're not.
They're going to start a war.
But let's
going to
start
drop
a
the
war
bomb on the wizards.
Let's start a war
to prevent a war. Yeah.
Okay.
Very politician thinking.
Which obviously they didn't do.
Yeah.
Or if they did do it, it didn't work because World War II obviously happened. And all the stuff that he showed actually happened. So it's like, you can't stop this.
Yeah.
Anyway. So then, of course, the Aurors show up and they're like, let's just wander in and just group around the back and look at everybody. Yeah. And he's like, oh, I see that there's some horrors in here. Why don't you come down? Yeah. Come on down. The price is right. And so they start walking down.
And they're like, no violence. Don't hurt
don't
the
do
crowd.
anything. Don't do anything.
Yeah. It's not illegal to watch a rally. So we're not arresting them. We're here for Grindelwald.
Exactly. So, of course, what happens? Somebody in the crowd pulls their wand on somebody and gets killed. Yep. It's like, okay.
Great.
Well, you just doomed everybody, so good job.
Yeah.
Good job.
Couldn't disarm her?
No, just went straight for a kill.
Straight kill shot.
It's like, it would have been so easy to disarm somebody. Yep. They do it all the time.
They do.
That's like Harry Potter's main spell.
Yeah. It's like the first thing you learn.
Exactly. It's like one of the first spells he learned is the only one he could remember. It's like if it's not Expecto Patronum, then you know it's gonna be
Expelliarmus.
Expelliarmus. Good with that one. He's like, okay, well, I guess violence is the answer for you guys.
We'll meet up later, guys. See y'all.
So everybody just go tell everybody that you know, spread the word that somebody killed someone at my peaceful rally. Yep. It was those R's. They're terrible people. Mm-hmm. And there was not provoked at all or anything, Yeah. And so everybody starts getting out of there. And it's like, why did those R's not get out of there when everybody else was going?
Because they're stupid. They wanted to go arrest Grindelwald.
They want to arrest him, exactly.
And but he starts creating blue fire.
Blue fire that I have no idea what it is.
I don't know.
It's not explained what it is.
It doesn't make any sense.
It makes no sense. It somehow stops people from apparating out of there.
But it doesn't, because they can they teleport out of there.
No, the Aurors don't. Yeah. Everybody else teleports out before he does the blue flames.
Well, but Newt and
That's
Theseus
after.
No, the blue flame's there.
Okay, wait. Okay, so the blue flames...
I know the Aurors try
to get out, and it kills them.
Yeah.
If they try to get out of there, it kills them. Uh-huh. But then after whatever Lita does, I don't know how it does it, but it messes something up, and they're like, okay, now's our chance, and they get out that way. It makes no sense. So. Look, it makes no sense.
No, it doesn't. It's dumb.
It's very dumb.
What did she do?
I don't know.
She shot... What did she do?
She did some kind of spell or something, and... I don't know. So anyway,
and she died.
He gets his supporters. He's like, if you support me, just come through the wall of flame and it won't hurt you. Yeah. And so some of them come through and they're fine. And then this one guy walks through and he's just like,
The guy who had said the mighty Dumbledore.
The mighty Dumbledore. It was like, oh, oops, I didn't mean to say that. That was a Freudian slip. Oops.
You gotta admit he's pretty good though.
Yeah, exactly. And so he gets killed when he tries to go through. Yeah. And then Credence decides to go through because he's like, he might know who my family is. It's like,
bro.
And Nagini's like, what are you doing? No.
Does he not remember last movie when he was used and he was going to kill that girl?
Does he not remember the last movie when he was used and Grindelwald didn't even know he was magical?
Yeah.
But now Grindelwald happens to know who he is. He knows
his whole story that no one should know. It doesn't make sense.
I'm so angry. I can't. So Credence goes through. He makes it through. He's fine. Yeah. Nagini's like, I'm having none of this.
I'm a snake.
I'm just going to go over here. I'm going to choose a different Dark Lord.
Not my
to deal
style.
with later, okay?
Call me when he loses the nose.
Call me when he looks a little more snake-like than that. Because I got to be with my own kind. So, yeah, she's like, yeah, I'm not going through that fire. You're crazy. Speaking of crazy, Queenie decides to go through, and she's like, Jacob, come with me. And he's like, he hates muggles. He's not going to let us be together. And she's like, no, he will. He told me.
Yeah, he said he likes it now.
And so she goes through, and he's like, you're crazy.
Yeah. She's like, how could you?
And she's like, you're dead to me.
And she is crazy.
Yeah. So she goes through, and then
everybody else gets out.
Yeah. Well, Lita's like, she says, she goes up to him, and he like walks out of the flame. So maybe once he walks out of the flame, something happens. It messes stuff up. I don't know. But he walks out of the flames to talk to Lita, and he's like, I know who you are. And I'm like, how?
Yeah.
How do you know who Lita Lestrange is?
Why would he care?
I guess you heard about her bad reputation. Yeah,
she's such a
monster. Anyway, so...
Oh, yeah, she just tries to shoot him in the back, and it doesn't work.
I guess that's what it is. I don't know.
But that shouldn't do anything to the blue flame. It doesn't... Ugh, this movie's stupid.
None of this should work. So, anyway, they... Oh, I know what she does. It has something to do with that hookah, I guess, because she does something and it hits the hookah, the skull thing, and it falls on the ground and it breaks.
Oh, okay.
So I think that has something to do with it, maybe, because I was like, I know there was something.
Okay.
It breaks, and then it does something, and that's when everybody starts running out. And all the people who went inside the circle disapparate. They get out of there.
Okay.
But then the blue flames are still there. They're just like out of control at that point.
Yeah.
And so they spread out through the cemetery.
Uh-huh.
And Lita dies, of course.
Yeah.
Right before she dies, she looks at both of the Scamander brothers and goes, I love you.
Yeah.
And it's like, who was she talking to? It doesn't matter. She's dead.
Matter. She's gone.
She's dead. It doesn't matter. Nobody cares.
Yeah.
It's not like Newt can go, oh, she loved me.
Let's bring her back.
No, she's dead. You can't do that. That's not how. That's not how it works.
Yeah.
So, it was pointless. She was pointless.
She was.
Honestly.
Yeah, she was.
So anyway, they go out into the cemetery. The blue flames have turned into 3 blue dragons that are just like flying around the cemetery. And Nicholas Flamel's like, you've got to put your wands into the ground and in a circle around and blah blah blah. And then they do. And it doesn't tell anything about what it's supposed to do. No, I don't know.
It just makes a orange wall flame.
Yeah, but the dragons still kind of like can fly out of that.
Yeah, so, it didn't get up in time, I guess, and one got free. But then it just followed them. But then
it just came back, and they got rid of it. And
well, no, the orange, it split. The line split off and followed after the dragon.
I guess that's what it was.
And caught up to it and set it on fire. And nobody in Paris saw all of this.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know. But anyway, they apparently save Paris.
Yeah, thank goodness.
From those blue dragons.
Those undescribed blue dragons that we don't know.
And then everybody's like, well, I guess we won, but in a way, we lost too.
How did you win, first of all?
You stopped the dragons. I don't think they actually said that. I was the one who said that, but yeah.
I like it.
So yeah, they go regroup, I guess. I don't know. And then it shows, like, it kind of goes back and forth between two spots. Like, it goes to Nurmengard Castle. Nurmengard! In Austria, which is where, that's, like, it's basically Grindelwald's lair or whatever. Okay. And he's there.
He's square. Get used to it.
Credence is there. Credence is there, and he's got, like, this little bird that, you know, it's shown him, like, one other time during this movie with the little bird, and he was feeding it. Yeah. So this is, like, the second time you see it. And then Queenie is there, and he goes in, and he gives Credence a wand, and I was like, that's not how that's supposed to work, because the wand is supposed to choose the wizard. Yeah. That wand may not even work very well with him. May not. You need to take him to somebody else. You need to take him somewhere. Well, he can't take him to Grigorovich, probably, because Grigorovich would be like, I know you. You're that little jerk who stole the Elder Wand from me. But I guess he could take him to Ollivander's. I don't know. Sure. And then, you know, just walk down the streets of Diagon Alley and nobody will care because...
Your white hair.
It doesn't matter. Yeah. Nobody cares that he's walking around. Yeah. So, anyway, but then it goes back to Hogwarts and Newt and Dumbledore talk to each other. And he's like, oh, by the way, look what my Niffler pulled out from Grindelwald. It's your blood pact. Yeah. And
the blood pact is between Dumbledore and Grindelwald.
Yes. They have a blood pact so that they can't...
They were best friends.
Yes. Best friends. Just friends.
Just friends.
Just two guys chilling in a hot tub. 5 feet apart because they're not gay. No. Well, Dumbledore's definitely... Yeah. Definitely gay. He's definitely gay. He's like the gayest.
Super gay.
He's like super gay. No, I mean, he is gay. Like, yeah. Even though it was like after the books came out when she was like, yeah, he's gay. Yeah. I was like, okay, you could have like put that in the books. Yeah. It's not like it was going to hurt anything, but whatever.
I guess there wasn't really a point in the story where
well, I mean, when it talks about him with Grindelwald, it could have talked about how they had a little romance or something.
Okay. So, yeah, I guess.
But, at one point he's like, we were more than brothers or something like that. I was like, okay. I see.
We were stepbrothers.
Yes, that's more than brothers. We were the same person the whole time. No. So, yeah, they made a blood pact that they would never fight each other. So that's why they can't fight each other. Because they keep telling people, I can't fight him.
I can't move against him.
I can't move against him. I can't fight him. Yeah. It's like, why not? Because we have a stinking blood pact. Just leave me alone. Jeez.
So what would happen if they violated it?
I don't know. It doesn't really say. And this is the first time that a blood pact has been mentioned in any Harry Potter thing, so I have no clue. They're just throwing stuff at the wall and hoping something sticks, is what I think.
Of course. But it's like everything else in this movie.
So he's like, Newt's like, do you think you can destroy it? And Dumbledore's like, I don't know. Maybe. I guess we'll find out. And
probably, since in the next movie it sure looks like they're fighting each other.
Does it?
Or the trailer. Dumbledore's doing a lot of magic against...
Well, he's fighting Credence.
I thought there was some Grindelwald in there, too.
I don't know, maybe.
I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, he definitely fights Credence in it. Yeah. So, yeah, he's like, I don't know. Well, I guess we'll have to see. And so they just walk off together into Hogwarts and leave everybody else on the bridge. Yeah. Another funny thing is that Jacob is there. Muggles aren't supposed to be able to see Hogwarts. So
he's special.
So is he just like seeing ruins in front of him and he's just like, wow, this is so cool. It's like, well, I don't know what everybody's doing, but I don't know why everybody's so obsessed.
Thanks for bringing me here, guys.
Yeah, I mean, I guess this is nice. So then it goes back to Nurmengard and...
Best part of the movie. All right, stretch. Let's get ready.
Grindelwald is like, I know who you are, Credence. And your brother seeks to destroy you. And he's like, my brother? I didn't know I had a brother. He's like, yeah. Your real name is Aurelius Dumbledore. And the bird that he's looked at like twice in the movie turns into a phoenix. And of course, a phoenix will come to a Dumbledore when he's in dire need or whatever. And then he like has his wand and he does a spell and it like causes an avalanche or whatever. And he's like, I'll kill Dumbledore. He doesn't say that, but you know.
Yeah, he's so powerful now. So, how you feel about that?
Well, obviously the brother he's talking about cannot be Albus Dumbledore or Albus's actual brother, Aberforth.
Yeah.
Because they don't have another brother.
A brother from another mother?
They don't have another brother, and both of their parents died.
Yeah.
Before, like, 10 or so years before Credence would have been born.
Yeah.
So there's no way.
It's so stupid. They were just like, oh, we gotta make it some crazy twist here.
Yeah.
And again, like we said, he didn't know anything about him.
He didn't even know he was magical.
He knows everything.
It makes no sense.
Who would know? She switched a baby with just some random family. She didn't tell anybody who that was. The baby was just... And then the mom died, the baby died, everybody died. That rowboat fell over.
Well, it doesn't show that the mom died. She went after the baby. She could have come back up.
Sure.
And they could have, like, flipped the boat back over or something. They could have
flipped the boat back over.
Not the
so
ship.
Easy. Yeah.
The little,
even still, that huge lifeboat.
Yeah. I mean... Or they could have been taken into another...
waters.
They could have been taken into another lifeboat.
Nah.
But... That baby is definitely dead.
Yeah.
And nobody knows who they were.
Yeah.
Especially not Grindelwald. Because Grindelwald was not even there when Lita told the story about what happened.
There's
about
no
switching
way
the babies.
you would know. It's so dumb. You're losing your mind.
I'm losing my mind right now. Yeah, this was the point when I walked out of the theater. I told you, I don't even remember looking at the credits. Yeah. I just walked out and I was like, what just happened? Because I don't know.
Oh, man.
And I don't like it. But yeah, so canonically, Dumbledore has one brother, Aberforth, which we know about and see him in the books and the movies. He's going to be in the third movie too, because it shows him in the trailer. And he had one sister, Ariana,
Grande,
who died.
Oh.
And he had his dad, Percival, who went to Azkaban and died in Azkaban. It's not like they're going to be having conjugal visits in Azkaban. And he died like well before Credence would have been born.
Yeah.
And then Kendra Dumbledore, his mother, died before Ariana died.
Yeah.
Years before Credence would have been born. Yeah. And some people are like, well, maybe she faked her death. And then she went away somewhere and she had another family. Okay, sure. Let's say she did that. That kid's not a Dumbledore.
Yeah.
She married into the Dumbledore family.
Yeah.
That kid's a whatever his father is. It's not a Dumbledore. It doesn't work that way. So there is like, at one point, Dumbledore was talking to Newt and he was talking about a dark twin and all this stuff. And it's possible that maybe since... Okay.
Oh, boy.
It is possible that since Credence is an Obscurus, or has an Obscurus inside of him.
Yeah.
And that's speculated, that's what happened to Ariana, that it's actually the same one.
Okay.
And that's how maybe he could kind of be a Dumbledore, but not really.
Why would he have the name Aurelius or whatever?
I don't know.
So this movie was terrible. And the next movie, no more Johnny Depp.
Nope. We got Mads Mikkelsen coming in to play Grindelwald.
And if they do another movie after this one, will they replace Ezra Miller after this week? Did you hear about Ezra Miller?
I did not, but I just was on Twitter like right before we started recording, and I saw where someone I will not name has been on Twitter doing bad stuff. Yeah. And then also people are like, oh yeah, and then all that stuff Ezra Miller did, and I'm like, I don't even want to look. I don't even want to know.
Ezra Miller was in Hawaii.
Oh no.
At a like karaoke bar.
Oh no.
And he got mad. He was drunk. He got mad at the people for singing "Shallow" from A Star Is Born. Yeah, got arrested. Yeah, he's a terrible person. Like, this isn't his first offense. He's got issues. They're talking about replacing him as the Flash.
Oh my gosh!
And like, they probably should. he's out of control, and he's got 2 movies about to come out.
Oh my gosh!
So, yikes! Good luck with that, guys. So we'll see if he's in 4, if there's a 4.
Well, you never know. Maybe Credence will die in the 3rd movie anyway.
Fingers crossed.
I don't know. They've kept him around for a while.
Yeah.
And maybe there's another Dumbledore family, like a branch of the family out there. Maybe. We don't know about it.
But he called him his brother.
He did, but he didn't. Did he say? He said your brother, but did he say your brother Albus? I don't know.
But he said he's trying to kill him, right?
But Albus is not trying to kill him.
Well, but he's, just making him think.
Yeah.
He is.
He's got to be lying about it.
Something's got to be a lie here. Maybe they'll just walk it all back.
I don't know.
I thought the trailer looked good for the 3rd one, and now I'm skeptical that they can pull it off. So
yeah, and then there are people who still defend this movie.
Ugh.
And they're, especially the ones that are like, well, you have to give them a chance. It's going to explain stuff in the 3rd movie. It's like, okay, you can't just do it that way.
Yeah.
You
can't just screw up and then
you can't just like lie to your audience.
Yeah.
Like that.
Yeah.
And then just walk it back.
Gotcha.
Wow. You really believed that?
You dummies.
You believed what Grindelwald said?
Y'all are true fans.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, we deleted stuff from the website, but
yeah.
You can't believe y'all. Yeah. So that'll be fun when that comes out.
But at least I had a good time talking about it.
It's a good time.
Oh my goodness.
So, we're back with a snack attack, Jack.
And we're making up for it this time by having 3, technically.
It's a triple snack.
Mm-hmm.
And since, we didn't want to honor the second Fantastic Beasts movie, we decided to honor Moon Knight with moon pies.
Yeah. Because I said, what are we going to have for our snack? And you went, because I was like, we're watching Fantastic Beasts and Moon Knight, and you went, moon pies. Immediately. So I was like, all right, we're doing moon pies. So technically there are like 5 main flavors.
Yeah.
Because there is vanilla, chocolate, banana, salted caramel, and what is the other one? I know there's another one. Dang it.
It was lemon, mint, strawberry.
Strawberry, that was it.
Yeah.
Strawberry's the other one. So those are like the ones that they have like year round, I guess. And then occasionally they'll come out with different variations. Like they'll have orange or lemon or coconut or mint, like you said. Possibly some other ones. I don't know.
Yeah.
But
they did pumpkin spice.
Yeah, they did pumpkin spice.
Yeah.
So they do change it up a little bit, but they have like their 5 main ones. We have 3 of those.
And I didn't know moon pies were so big around this area. Mardi Gras. And stuff.
Yeah, because moon pies are really big in Mobile.
Yeah.
I mean, they're from Chattanooga, which is just, north of Alabama.
Yeah, they get here on the choo-choo.
Yeah, the Chattanooga choo-choo.
Get back to it in that.
But yeah, they're really big in Mobile. They throw them out at Mardi Gras parades. There's like Mardi Gras is like the big moon pie season.
Mm-hmm. I had no idea.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
So, like I said, they throw them out. And also it's big at New Year's because, of course,
oh yeah,
New Year's Eve in Mobile, instead of dropping the ball in Times Square, they drop a giant moon pie. They have like a big moon pie lit up and they drop it. And once it hits the bottom, that's when the new year is rung in.
Oh, that's great.
So I always think that's funny.
That is.
We might have to go one year just to see the moon pie drop. Oh boy!
Even like my cashier at the store where I got these, he was like, "Oh man, I used to have these with an RC Cola. So, do they even make RC Cola anymore?" Like, I don't know, man. It's like, it's so good.
Yeah, I was actually, I didn't tell you this, but at work, I go to one of our to a different facility and work there sometimes, like a couple of times a week.
Yeah.
Well, there they had a box of like the mini moon pies back around Mardi Gras. I didn't eat any of them, but I was like, oh my gosh, that's funny that I just saw like that box of moon pies and now we're gonna be eating moon pies.
Nice. So you're a fan of moon pies?
I haven't had any in a long time. I used to. I've never really eaten them much. They're not like a staple for me or anything.
Snack. Yeah, me neither.
But I mean, if somebody offers me a moon pie, I'm gonna take it because why not? It's a moon pie.
Occasionally, I am like, you know what? I just want a moon pie for some reason, and I'll just go grab a moon pie. But it's pretty rare. I probably haven't had them in a couple years.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's been a while for me.
So, I probably really only had the chocolate ones.
Okay.
So, get to try these new flavors.
Now, see, I know I've had chocolate, banana, and vanilla, which are the ones that we have today. I don't think I've had the other two, though.
Yeah.
I'll have to try them sometime.
One of these days.
Yep.
All right.
And we actually have the double-decker ones, too.
Yeah.
We have 3 double-decker moon pies.
Yep.
So... we're going to split them because
we didn't eat lunch just so we could have all these moon pies.
Yeah, we're gonna split each one of them. So really, we're only gonna have like 1.5.
And each. Wilson gets a quarter of it.
No, Wilson gets none because it's got too much sugar and he's diabetic.
Oh, Wilson, so cute. And I guess I should probably say on here that I put pictures of Wilson with our things. So if you've been seeing dogs with our episodes, that's Wilson.
Yeah,
he's our mascot.
Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah, he makes a lot of noise during the podcast we have to cut out.
Oh my gosh, he has been so noisy today.
He's gross today.
You're going to have to cut out so much because he's just been... he does this thing where he acts like he's going to vomit.
He's like a cat.
And then he doesn't. He's just like... and then that's all.
Yeah.
It's like, you're not even doing anything. What are you doing? You're just making a bunch of noise that Mark's going to have to edit out.
Yeah. But, he's a gross one.
Yeah, so he's been doing that.
He's cute.
He's been doing that a lot today.
Yes,
though.
he has.
He's like, I just want attention.
All right, let's eat some moon pies.
All right, which one do we want to try first?
I don't care. Just grab one.
I don't care either.
We'll start from that
Start
side.
with vanilla,
sure.
Go chocolate.
Sounds
vanilla,
good.
chocolate, banana?
Because I'm dreading the banana most of all, probably. Because I don't like bananas usually. I kind of like fake banana flavor, I guess, but not like... I never seek it out.
Yeah. Well, if you don't like the banana one, I will eat it.
Okay.
So. I will eat all of yours.
Okay.
I feel like the vanilla is going to be my favorite, though.
Okay.
Well, they smell like moon pies.
All right. Let's have some vanilla.
All right. Vanilla first. Oop. Getting crumbs everywhere. Oh, my gosh. All on the floor.
Good thing Wilson can't see.
Oh, moon. Yep, that's a moon pie.
It is. I'm going to have to compare it to the other ones because that feels a little plain, but that may just be what moon pies taste like. I can't remember.
I feel like they always have been kind of plain, and that's why I've always been like, I mean, I'll eat it.
Yeah. Set that there for later consumption.
Oh, yeah, I guess I should stop eating it.
We got 3 of these to get through. All right, chocolate.
My goodness, these are crumbly.
Mm-hmm. Very subtle difference. A little chocolatey.
For some reason, I taste more marshmallow in this one.
Really?
In the chocolate one. Maybe I just got a big glob of marshmallow. I don't know.
I have, yeah. I still like it. All right. Banana. It smells like a bag of runts. The banana runts.
I love banana runts. He hates it.
I don't hate it.
He's making a face.
It tastes like you covered a moon pie with dry erase marker. It tastes like acetone in there or something. I don't like it with that. I don't think it goes well.
It tastes like a banana pudding. With a nail polish remover in it.
Exactly. Yes.
No, I can taste kind of taste a little bit of. I can kind of taste a little bit of what you're getting in there, but
yeah, it's definitely a chemically flavor.
Yeah, well, like the vanilla one has like natural vanilla with other natural flavors. I don't know about the chocolate. It doesn't say, but the banana has it says artificial flavors.
Yeah,
instead,
well,
so.
Those types of bananas don't grow anymore.
Exactly, so it has to be artificial.
Yeah. So yeah, you can definitely have the rest of mine.
Okay.
I don't want it. I licked it before I gave it back to you.
Okay.
So enjoy.
I guess that will just go in the garbage.
Here, Wilson. Woof. Wow. So, if I was ranking these on which one I like better, I still think I like the chocolate better. The chocolate and vanilla are very similar.
They're so similar.
So, but there was a little bit of chocolate in there. I liked it. So I'm going that over the vanilla.
Okay.
But it's close. And the banana is way down there. Ooh. I do not like that. So I'd rather you give me a chocolate moon pie and put banana runs in it. And I would just eat those. And it would be better.
I'm not sure how to rank them. Because I don't mind the banana.
Yeah.
I think I probably like it the most because to me it has the most flavor. Because the other ones are so bland.
It's definitely a flavor. It's true. I like the other ones. It's bland in a way that but it's so thick and cakey and I don't know. I like it. It's not a lot of flavor, but I like just the consistency of it, I guess. All the textures in there. I don't know why. I don't know.
This has not changed my mind about moon pies. I'm just kind of a...
I'm not going to be racing out to get them.
No. I'll like I said, if somebody says, hey, here's our moon pie. You want it? I'll go, sure.
Yeah.
And I'll eat it and I'll be happy about it, but I'm not going to seek it out.
I'll go, is it a banana? If they say yes, I'll punch them.
No, I wouldn't mind trying the other two.
Yeah. I'd give them a shot. I bet the mint would be interesting.
I bet the salted caramel one's good.
Yeah. Could be.
Strawberry's probably okay, too.
Maybe, an orange or lemon.
Mm-hmm. I do not want a coconut one, though. No, thank you.
I mean, I'd eat it.
Well, I don't like coconut, so.
Yeah.
And honestly, I would probably try it because it probably doesn't have coconut in it. And I like coconut flavoring. I just don't like actual coconut because I don't like feeling like I'm chewing forever.
Yeah.
And never getting anywhere. Because that's how I feel when I eat coconut.
Okay. So what rating are we giving these?
Are we doing them individually or are we doing them together?
Well, I mean, if you feel about the same on all of them, you can just give them one.
I would go all together as one, like just moon pies in general.
I don't know. I'm giving the chocolate and vanilla 5.
Okay.
The kind of middle of the road. The banana, I'm giving
a 2. A 1. Okay.
I don't like it. What else did I give a 1? Something I didn't like.
I feel like you've given a couple of things a 1, but maybe. I don't remember what it was.
There was something I did not like very recently.
Very recently?
I can't remember what snacks we've had recently.
Yeah, I can't either. I'm like, well, I mean, we've had
we've eaten a lot of stuff.
We've had easy stuff like Coke and Skittles and
cherry cordials. I gave it 1.
Oh yeah, probably
didn't like those. There was something I did not like.
I don't know.
Whatever.
I'm probably gonna give them all together a 4.
Okay. Sounds
Which I know, being Southern, this is probably gonna be.
Yeah.
People are gonna be clamoring to take away my Southern card.
Yep.
Which, I mean, considering that I also don't like pecans, I mean, it's probably already long gone. So.
I don't like sweet tea. And
I love sweet tea, though.
People, that would do me in.
Yeah, because I was watching a video about, it was one of those, it's a Southern thing, ones where they were eating Mississippi jellies and jams and preserves or whatever.
Yeah.
And there was only one of them on there that I was like, yeah, I would probably eat that. Well, I take that back. There were 2. Because one of them was fig preserves. And I like figs.
That'd be good.
But one of them was a sweet tea jelly. I was like, I want to try that. That sounds amazing to me. But I love sweet tea. And I know you don't.
No.
But then one of the other ones was was it peach, pecan, and pepper jelly or jam or something? I was like, no, I don't want chunks of pecan on anything.
Yeah, no.
So that's a no from me, dog. Yeah, but there were people in the comments, because 2 of the people were like, I don't like pecans. And they were like, you're not Southern if you don't like pecans. And I'm like, stop gatekeeping my Southernness. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's very annoying.
Yes, it is. So, What's up?
You're like, so, and I'm like, let me just put this moon pie down.
Gotta finish this and then we can moon pie it up.
Oh my goodness. I mean, I'm still, like I said, I gave them 4. Mm-hmm. I'm gonna eat them all.
Oh yeah.
It's not like I'm gonna go.
These guys out.
I don't want it. Mm-hmm. I'm still gonna eat them. It's just that, it's not my favorite thing.
I think I gave a 1 to the Shamrock Frost
Blizzard. Oh, that was it.
Not Blizzard.
The McFlurry.
Yeah,
that's true.
Awful.
That's true. That's probably what it was.
That's it. All right. Anyway, what's your favorite flavor of moon pie? Did we miss any angry things about Fantastic Beasts? Were you saying something?
I was going to say, if you even like moon pies.
Yeah, if you even like moon pies. Let us know on Twitter at HavingFunCast or on Facebook at HavingFunPod.
Or you can send us an email and let us know how southern we are not, because we only gave moon pies a low grade.
Yeah.
And we don't eat pecans.
Sorry.
And stuff like that. But yeah, you can do that by just sending us an email over at...
Where? I think it's havingfunpod maybe at Gmail.
Yes, it's havingfunpod at gmail.com.
Nice. Flawless execution. Everybody, go out, have fun, and have a great week, and we will see you next week. Bye.
Bye.